Leena had always been a diligent and ambitious young woman. Working as an executive assistant for Mir, her enigmatic and extraordinarily handsome boss had been nothing short of a whirlwind experience. Mir Sarwar was not only the CEO of a successful multinational company, but also a man who carried an air of mystery that intrigued everyone around him. Leena was no exception. Despite her professionalism, she couldn't help but admire his sharp jawline, piercing gaze, and the way he carried himself with effortless charm. Mir, however, was strictly business in the office. That is, until the evening of the annual company gala. The night was electric, filled with laughter, music, and champagne. Leena had dressed in a stunning emerald green gown that hugged her curves perfectly. As she moved through the crowd, Mir's eyes found her, and for the first time, he seemed to lose his composed demeanor. "Leena," he said, catching her arm gently, "you look breathtaking tonight." A blush crept onto her cheeks as she murmured her thanks. But before she could retreat, he added, "Dance with me?" On the dance floor, the world around them faded. His hand on her waist and the closeness of their bodies sent shivers down her spine. For the first time, their professional boundaries blurred, and Leena saw a softer, more vulnerable side of him. As the night went on, their conversation moved to a quieter corner of the venue. Over a glass of wine, Mir opened up about the pressures of his role and how lonely success could sometimes feel. Leena, too, shared her dreams and struggles. Their connection deepened, and the spark between them became undeniable. Weeks passed, and their relationship took a secretive turn. Lunch meetings turned into lingering conversations, and late-night calls ended with whispers of longing. One evening, as they worked late at the office, Mir finally closed the distance between them. His lips found hers, and the kiss was everything Leena had dreamed of, passionate, tender, and utterly consuming. But their romance wasn't without its challenges. Whispers began to circulate in the office, and Leena's integrity was questioned. She confronted Mir, ready to step away if it meant protecting her career and reputation. Mir, however, was unwilling to let her go. In a grand gesture that matched his personality, he addressed the entire office during a meeting, declaring his feelings for Leena and affirming her professional excellence. Their love story didn't follow the conventional rules, but they were determined to write their own. With challenges behind them, Leena and Mir embraced a future filled with passion, respect, and shared dreams, proving that even in the corporate world, true romance could bloom. With Mir's public declaration of love, the office environment shifted dramatically. Some employees were supportive, impressed by his transparency, while others gossiped behind closed doors. But Mir's firm stance left little room for doubt. His feelings for Leena were genuine, and her role in the company was secure because of her undeniable competence. Leena, however, wasn't entirely comfortable. Despite her love for Mir, she couldn't ignore the lingering judgment from certain colleagues. Late one evening, as they shared a quiet dinner in Mir's lavish penthouse overlooking the city, she voiced her concerns. "Mir, I don't want people to think I've achieved my position because of you. I've worked so hard to build my career." Mir reached across the table, taking her hand in his. His dark eyes locked onto hers with a seriousness that made her heart flutter. "Leena, you've proven yourself time and again. Anyone who doubts your capabilities isn't worth your energy. But if you want, we can take a step back from the office to avoid unnecessary scrutiny. I'll do whatever it takes to make this work without compromising your dreams." His sincerity brought tears to her eyes. It wasn't just his grand gestures or his undeniable charm that had won her heart. It was moments like this when he showed his vulnerability and respect for her independence. Their relationship continued to grow, but they kept a professional distance at work. Mir insisted that Leena lead a major project, a new expansion into international markets. It was a daunting challenge, but Leena tackled it with her usual tenacity, proving her worth not only to her colleagues but to herself. As the project gained traction, Mir planned a surprise to celebrate her success. One evening, he asked her to meet him at a secluded vineyard on the outskirts of the city. Leena arrived to find the place lit with hundreds of fairy lights, a private dinner set under the stars. Mir greeted her with a nervous smile, something rare for the confident CEO. Tonight isn't just about celebrating your work, Leena. It's about us. Her breath hitched as he pulled out a small velvet box. Dropping to one knee, he opened it to reveal a dazzling diamond ring. Leena, you've turned my world upside down in the best way. You've challenged me, inspired me, and shown me what love truly means. I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me? Tears streamed down her face as she nodded, barely able to find her voice. Yes, Mir. 1,000 times yes. Their engagement marked a new chapter in their lives. The couple became the talk of the corporate world, not for scandal but for their inspiring partnership. Leena eventually transitioned to a new role, leading her own division within the company. Together, they built not just a thriving empire, but also a love story that defied the odds, one filled with passion, respect, and unwavering support for each other's dreams. Their engagement was a fairy tale that captured the media's attention, and soon, their wedding became the most anticipated event of the year. Mir and Leena decided to keep the ceremony intimate despite their public profiles, inviting only close friends, family, and trusted colleagues to a picturesque destination wedding in the Italian countryside. On the day of the wedding, Leena looked breathtaking in a custom-designed gown adorned with intricate lace details. Mir, in a classic black tuxedo, couldn't take his eyes off her as she walked down the aisle. His usually composed demeanor faltered, and for the first time, his emotions were on full display. As they exchanged vows under the golden glow of the setting sun, the love and commitment they had for each other were evident to all who attended. Leena, Mir began, his voice steady yet filled with emotion, you came into my life like a storm, turning everything upside down in the best possible way. You've shown me what it means to truly live, love, and dream. I promise to stand by you, to support you, and to love you with every beat of my heart. Tears shimmered in Leena's eyes as she responded. Mir, you've been my rock, my inspiration, and my greatest love. I promise to walk this journey of life with you, to be your partner in every sense of the word, and to build a life filled with love, laughter, and endless possibilities. As they sealed their vows with a kiss, the crowd erupted into applause, and the couple's joy was palpable. The reception that followed was nothing short of magical. Set against a backdrop of rolling vineyards and twinkling lights, they danced the night away, celebrating their love and the journey ahead. After the wedding, Mir surprised Leena with a honeymoon in the Maldives. The days were filled with serene beaches, crystal-clear waters, and intimate moments that strengthened their bond. They talked about their dreams, their future, and how they would navigate life as a team. Upon returning, Leena and Mir faced new challenges, but their relationship had only grown stronger. Leena's division within the company thrived under her leadership, while Mir continued to steer the business to new heights. Together, they became a power couple admired not just for their success, but for the deep respect and love they shared. Years later, they welcomed their first child, a beautiful baby girl they named Mira, a blend of their names. She became the light of their lives, and their love story entered a new chapter. Balancing parenthood, work, and their relationship wasn't always easy, but Leena and Mir faced every challenge together, proving that their love was unbreakable. Their journey, from colleagues to lovers, from partners to parents, was a testament to the power of love, trust, and perseverance. No matter what life threw their way, they knew they had each other, and that was all they needed to create a life full of joy and fulfillment. As Mira grew, she became a perfect blend of her parents, curious, confident, and determined. From a young age, she displayed an affinity for creativity, often drawing or building little contraptions that fascinated everyone around her. Mir and Leena encouraged her talents, ensuring she had all the resources and freedom to explore her passions. The couple, now seasoned in balancing work and family, decided to make changes to spend more quality time together. Mir reduced his involvement in day-to-day operations, delegating responsibilities to a trusted team, while Leena transitioned her division into an independent consultancy firm. This allowed her to work flexibly, making room for both her professional aspirations and time with their growing family. One summer evening, as they sat in their garden watching Mira chase fireflies, Leena leaned her head on Mir's shoulder. "It feels like we've come so far," she said softly. Mir smiled, placing a kiss on her temple. "We have, and I wouldn't change a single thing. Every challenge, every moment let us hear." As the years passed, their family grew again with the birth of their son, Arian. While Mira brought creativity and vibrancy to their home, Arian was more like Mir, calm, observant, and strategic. Together, the siblings filled the house with laughter and chaos, giving Mir and Leena a constant reminder of what they had built together. Their children also became curious about their parents' unique love story. One rainy afternoon, Mira, now a teenager, asked, "Mom, Dad, how did you two fall in love? I heard some of your old colleagues call it a scandal." Leena laughed, exchanging a glance with Mir. "It wasn't a scandal, sweetheart. It was unexpected." Mir chuckled. "Your mom was the most brilliant, stubborn, and beautiful person I'd ever met. She kept me on my toes from the moment she walked into my office. And your dad," Leena added, "taught me what it means to believe in someone completely. We had our challenges, but we faced them together." Their children listened wide-eyed as Mir and Leena recounted their journey. It became a tradition for the family to share stories, not just of their romance, but also the lessons they learned along the way. Mira eventually followed her mother's entrepreneurial footsteps, while Arian showed an interest in taking over Mir's business empire. Mir and Leena supported their dreams wholeheartedly, ensuring they had the tools and guidance to forge their own paths. On their 20th wedding anniversary, Mir planned a grand celebration to honor their love and the family they had built. The event was held at the same Italian vineyard where they had exchanged their vows, bringing their journey full circle. Surrounded by friends, family, and their now-grown children, Mir raised a toast. "To Leena, my partner in every sense of the word. You've made my life richer, fuller, and more meaningful than I ever thought possible. Here's to many more years of laughter, love, and adventure." Leena's eyes glistened with tears as she clinked her glass with his. "And to you, Mir, for showing me that true love isn't just in grand gestures, but in the everyday moments. I couldn't have asked for a better partner, a better father to our children, or a better friend." Their love story, filled with highs and lows, triumphs and challenges, remained a beacon of inspiration for all who knew them. Together, they proved that with respect, trust, and a little bit of risk, love could conquer anything. As the years rolled by, Leena and Mir's journey only deepened in complexity and beauty. With Mira heading off to university to study architecture, and Arian taking his first steps toward managing Mir's business empire, the house began to feel quieter. For the first time in years, Leena and Mir found themselves rediscovering each other in new ways. Without the constant demands of raising young children, they started traveling more, revisiting places that held special memories, and exploring destinations they had long dreamed of. On one such trip to Santorini, they sat on a balcony overlooking the iconic blue-domed churches and the endless Aegean Sea. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Leena turned to Mir with a thoughtful expression. "Do you ever think about legacy?" she asked softly. Mir nodded, his gaze fixed on the horizon. "I do, but not just in terms of business or wealth. Our real legacy is the love and values we've passed on to Mira and Arian. It's the life we've built together." Leena smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "I couldn't agree more. But I've been thinking, we've spent so much of our lives building something for ourselves and our family. What if we started giving back in a bigger way?" Inspired by her words, they decided to establish a foundation that focused on empowering underprivileged youth through education and mentorship. The Sarwar Foundation for Change became their passion project, combining Mir's business acumen and Leena's strategic thinking. Together, they built schools, offered scholarships, and mentored young entrepreneurs, leaving an indelible mark on countless lives. Back home, Mira and Arian were thriving in their respective paths. Mira often sent her parents designs for eco-friendly structures, seeking their advice and approval, while Arian began shadowing Mira at work, learning the ropes of running a multinational corporation. Despite their successes, the family always made time for each other. Every holiday season, they gathered at the family estate, indulging in hearty meals, spirited conversations, and the occasional playful debate. These moments became the glue that held their family together, a testament to the love and effort Leena and Mir had poured into their lives. One particularly memorable holiday, Arian surprised everyone by announcing his engagement to a fellow business school graduate. Mir's eyes glimmered with pride, while Leena was overjoyed at the thought of welcoming a new member into their close-knit family. As the years passed, the Sarwar name became synonymous not just with success but also with compassion and generosity. Leena and Mir's love story continued to inspire not only their children, but also the many lives they touched through their foundation and their enduring partnership. In their twilight years, they often sat together in their garden, reflecting on the life they had built. Their love, which had started as an unlikely office romance, had blossomed into something far greater than either of them could have imagined. On one such evening, Leena rested her head on Mir's shoulder, her silver-streaked hair glinting in the fading sunlight. "If you could go back and do it all over again, would you change anything?" Mir chuckled softly, his arm wrapping around her. "Not a single thing. Every twist and turn brought me to this moment with you. And for that, I'll always be grateful." Leena smiled, her heart full. "Me too, Mir. Me too." Together, they watched the sunset, content in the knowledge that their love story, unconventional, passionate, and enduring, had become a legacy of its own. As the years unfolded, the Sarwar family continued to grow, not just in size but in influence and impact. Myra's innovative architectural projects gained international acclaim for their sustainability and artistic flair, making her a trailblazer in her field. Meanwhile, Arian proved to be a natural leader, guiding the family business into new industries, including green energy and technology. Leena and Mir's foundation flourished, expanding its reach across multiple countries. The Sarwar Foundation for Change became a beacon of hope for thousands of underprivileged youths. Every year, the couple hosted a gala to raise funds and awareness, inviting leaders, philanthropists, and celebrities. These gatherings became more than just fundraisers. They were celebrations of the lives changed by their efforts. One evening, during one such gala, Mira gave a heartfelt speech that left everyone in awe. "My parents," she began, her voice steady but filled with emotion, "taught me that love isn't just about what you feel. It's about what you do." They built more than a family and a business. They built a legacy of kindness and resilience. "Everything I've accomplished is because of the values they instilled in me. Mom, Dad, thank you for being my greatest role models." The applause that followed was thunderous. Leena and Mir, seated in the front row, exchanged a proud glance. Tears shimmered in Leena's eyes as Mir squeezed her hand. Their family expanded further when Arian and his wife welcomed twins, a boy and a girl. The arrival of the grandchildren brought new joy to Leena and Mir's lives. The twins, named Ayan and Amira, became the center of their world, filling their days with laughter and mischief. Mir took great pleasure in telling them bedtime stories, often weaving tales loosely inspired by his and Leena's adventures. As time passed, Leena and Mir began to slow down, spending more time at their countryside retreat. Their days were filled with simple pleasures, long walks in the garden, evenings by the fireplace, and quiet moments of reflection. One day, as they sat on a bench overlooking the lake near their home, Leena spoke softly. "Mir, do you ever think about how far we've come? From that office to this life we've built together?" Mir nodded, his eyes thoughtful. "Every day. And I know one thing for sure. I couldn't have done any of it without you." Leena smiled, her heart brimming with gratitude. "And I without you." Their twilight years were marked by peace and fulfillment, surrounded by their children and grandchildren, who carried forward the values and love that Leena and Mir had instilled in them. When the time eventually came for their story to close, they left this world as they had lived in it, side by side, hand in hand, and deeply in love. Their family, inspired by their example, vowed to honor their legacy by continuing the work of the foundation and nurturing the bonds they had created. Mira, Arian, and their families often gathered at the family estate, sharing stories of Leena and Mir's incredible journey. The bench by the lake became a cherished spot for reflection, a reminder of a love story that had not only shaped their lives, but also the lives of countless others. And so, Leena and Mir's story lived on, not just in the memories of those who loved them, but in the impact they had on the world, a testament to the power of love, partnership, and unwavering determination.